Il 2024 sarà un anno cruciale, è ciò che emerge dal barometro Rischio Paese e settoriale di Coface relativo al primo trimestre del 2024, un anno decisivo quanto incerto sia dal punto di vista macroeconomico sia dal punto di vista geopolitico. Quest'anno infatti sarà l'anno più elettorale di sempre, con più di 4 miliardi di persone chiamate alle urne in 76 paesi e dunque un contesto caratterizzato dall'aumento dei rischi in un'economia globale ancora in rallentamento.
2024 is going to be marked by some of the same issues that we've had to deal with in 2023, plus some. So the main concerns we had last year, which is conflicts, either open conflicts or conflicts in waiting around the world, continue. I think the fight against inflation, the monetary tightening, increase of interest rates, and social unrest in different parts of the world are continued concerns that we are going to have to deal with. I think what's becoming new here is the pressing issue of climate change and how we need to accelerate our effort to tackle this. The new conflict in the Middle East, so I think the geopolitical context is getting actually more complicated. And I would say the unprecedented number of elections that are going to take place in 2024. We think that more than half of the world population is actually going to vote, and that represents more than half of the world GDP. So there's a lot at stake, and a lot of things could be moving in 2024. More and more data is available, where more and more technologies are available, and we're investing with determination in building up what is already a very unique and very impressive infrastructure. Just to give you a few numbers, we have about 700 billion euros of credit exposure on 3 million companies in 200 countries. We have a database of 190 million companies that we have interfaced with key sources where we invest in technology to do analysis. And we have a network of thousands of underwriters, technologists, lawyers, people who work on scores and data, who are there. They're spread over the world. We are present. We have employees in 70 different countries, and they are there to help our 50,000 clients do really three things. One is understand the environment in which they are and better anticipate on some of those trends, manage their risk, make some credit decisions, and then when things go wrong, go and collect the money. And we have solutions to help them do all these three things.
Un contesto incerto all'interno del quale le imprese vanno guidate e supportate.
One striking point for me is the growing importance of the geopolitical risk, which we see sometimes materializing and overcoming what are the most important economic dynamics. So just let me tell you that everything which is about energy constraints, security aspect, including war, are now invited in the overall agenda of the risk we are taking every day on the business agenda. So it's very important to take that into account, and not only the economic perspective. That's what they actually raised today, and it's something on which we need to work and pay attention and drive. Besides this, I think in our region, you will see that there's the various factors on the economic aspects which are also true for us. So there is still the inflation stretch, there are still the rising rates which are making the debt even more costly, and we see increase in bankruptcies for companies as well. So there's a bit of stretch on the economic. And also, you will see it's in our region too that we had the recent war, Hamas-Israel, which we need to incorporate on how we drive our business within all these risks, not only economic, but also geopolitical. So our region is hugely impacted by all of this, and it's our work and job to make this understandable by our clients and partners, and to help them drive sustainable business under these conditions.
una crescita dell'economia mondiale in rallentamento al 2,2% nel 2024 e allora la sfida di quest'anno per le banche centrali, sottolinea Coface, sarà proprio quella di vedere se la stretta monetaria in atto da 18 mesi è in grado di riportare l'inflazione al target del 2% e di mantenerla a quel livello.
In our view, GDP growth, the slowdown for the global economy should come from the outperformers of last year, mainly the US, which should slow down by approximately 1 percentage point, and also because of China. Even if China has not, I would say, outperformed last year, given the rebound that we were expecting after the opening of the economy, China should still slow down a bit this year, with GDP growth, which is expected around 4.3% according to us. This is the good news that we have. We expect GDP growth to accelerate a bit in Europe, once again, depending on what's happening with Germany. Inflation outlook is quite similar for the US and for Europe, with an ongoing disinflation process, which has begun a long time ago now. But something to be remembered is that this disinflation, especially when it comes to Europe, is for the most part of it purely mechanical. The last mile has still to be done. When you look at core inflation, it's still well above central bank targets, especially in Europe, where short-term dynamics are not as reassuring as it is the case in the US. So we do not expect the ECB to lower its guard anytime soon, except for sure if something breaks in the financial sector or for the consumer. But for the time being, we still expect the Federal Reserve to be the first central bank to cut rates.
Anche quest'anno si è tenuta a Parigi la Conferenza Rischio Paese di Coface, una giornata di dibattito e di confronto a cui hanno preso parte economisti ed esperti internazionali del mondo del business e della finanza per decifrare le principali sfide e valutarne l'impatto sulle imprese di tutto il mondo.
È uno degli strumenti che Coface mette a disposizione anche attraverso la pubblicazione barometro che oggi è stata pubblicata e che viene poi riemessa e riaggiornata ogni 3 mesi dai nostri economisti. Uno strumento che si sposa con la missione di Coface. Coface da oltre 75 anni ha come suo core business l'assicurazione dei crediti, a cui ha affiancato le business information, il recupero crediti e le cauzioni. Quindi la missione è proprio quella di aiutare le imprese nello sviluppo del proprio business, nel proteggerle, nell'aiutare a valutare i clienti più solvibili per aumentare le proprie vendite e ovviamente per effettuare quell'attività nel momento in cui ci sia un mancato pagamento di recupero crediti in tutto il mondo.